Jameson Haff has asked us how you paint the flayed skin cloak that our Drukhari Archon's wearing. To do this, what you need to do is base coat the cloak using Rakarth flesh and then shade over it with Reikland flesh shade. After that, we're going to layer using flayed one flesh to get that lighter skin tone back, and then we're going to start doing a glaze over it with Reikland flesh shade mixed with Lamia medium to get a variety in the skin tones. Finally, we're going to add a highlight of pallid witch flesh. But we need to start out with our base coat of Rakarth flesh, which I'm going to apply using my medium base brush. And as always, make use of your palette here to get your paint ready. So add a little bit of water into the mix so it's nice and thin, and you want it to be about that point before you start to apply it. Make sure you don't put on too much at once so you don't clog any detail, but when you're ready, all you've got to do is start painting the entire cloak, and you will need 2 thin coats with this colour. Once you've built up that even base coat, you're now ready to apply a coat of Reikland flesh shade across the entire cloak. Once the shade's completely dry, we're ready to add a layer of flayed one flesh to the cloak, and you want to paint most of it, but just being careful of the recessed details. So for example, when we get close to the stitching, we're just going to be really careful working in amongst those details. And we do have a face in the cloak as well, and the same is true around here. Again, just look for the recessed details and avoid those parts. So I'm just painting on the nose and the brow and then on the cheeks, just like this. Once you've reached this point, you're ready to start adding some variety to those patches of skin by glazing over them. And to make this glaze, what we're going to do is mix Reikland flesh shade with Lamia medium. Now I'm going to be using a medium layer brush to do this, and I'm going to be starting out with Reikland flesh shade and then add some medium into it. And the exact combination of the 2 colours here, it's a good idea to vary them from patch to patch, because what you want here is a nice natural variety of tones between the different patches. So I'm going to go for quite a bit of medium for this first one. Start mixing those together there like that, and I'm going to begin with that mix for my first patch. And it's just a case of picking whichever one you want to do. I'm going to start with this one down here and applying this over the top of it like this. Now again, you can really vary this as much as you want, so make the next one a bit stronger or even weaker, or add a second coat once it's dry. It's really up to you. And once you've finished applying those glazes, you just need to highlight all the skin using pallid witch flesh. So thin it down with a little bit of water and just run it around all the sharpest details and edges. I finished applying the highlight, and you can see I've also carefully picked out all the stitching still with pallid witch flesh, and with that this skin cloak is complete. So Jameson, I really hope that helps you out, and we'll see you all again soon.